another 2-week hiatus. The Am I Doing It Right podcast is back, ready to roll. It's been so long, I almost forgot the name of our podcast.
You did have to think about that one for a second, didn't you?
Yeah, a little embarrassing there, but these things happen. We actually recorded a full episode and everything last week, but...
Technical difficulties.
Well, and different... So the previous episode that we published, it was released 2 weeks ago, the audio was just crap. I mean, just garbage. And the problem is with that episode, same as when we recorded last week, we didn't even know about it until it was too late, till we had already recorded the whole thing. And so to record an entire, 35, 40-minute episode, and then once you're done, go back into the post-production process, which is, one of my responsibilities, then hear that the whole podcast went to crap because of audio issues. It's crazy. I don't know. There's something changed on this little control board that I have here, because now I figured out what happened is the volume that I had our microphones at that had worked for the first 2 months of recording, all of a sudden that was way too high. I barely have our microphones turned up right now.
Well, and it's interesting because we were sitting with some friends on the patio recently.
We do that a lot.
And they told us, they said, yeah, it sounded like trash. It was painful to listen to. And I'm like, well, thanks. Thanks for still listening. Appreciate ya.
Yeah, that's very nice of them. Thank you for listening anyway.
Yeah.
If you actually listen to our most recent episode, despite how terrible the audio sounding.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
We do.
You didn't have to do that. Technically, if you listen for 60 seconds, it counts as a like. So even if you like us but hate our content, just give us 60 seconds and it counts.
That's all we ask for.
Let's go. I don't care. The secrets of the industry. Hey, a listen is a listen.
The more you know.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, the Am I Doing It Right podcast has a major concert. Jeez. It's like I'm on the radio again. A major broadcast announcement to make. Katie,
Very excited.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
okay.
pumped for this.
Tilt your head down a little bit so people can see your hat, right? And then you see my hat, and then you see my shirt here, right?
I rock this hat. I love this hat. It
looks very good on you. And that's not even me blowing smoke up your ass, because I don't have to. You look fantastic in that hat.
Thank you.
So, our friends at Team Cocktail, which is a great local business run by our friends Nate and Lindsay, for a while they had it was like a website, and then they finally had their first brick and mortar store in Lake Lotawana, and then recently, actually a couple days ago, they just opened their brand new location. They moved from Lake Lotawana to the heart of downtown Lee Summit. Great location, right on 3rd Street, like a block west of the train tracks, like where True KC is. It's like they're like next door neighbors to them.
Yep.
And
those International Tap House is right around the corner too.
Yeah, so it's just walk down 3rd Street and you'll see the Team Cocktail store. And they were the first friends we made in Kansas City. Just some of the nicest humans we've ever met. And anytime we can come across an opportunity to help support their business, we're going to do it. So with their store and with our podcast, we have teamed up, and we are so excited to announce, and we want to invite you to our first ever, and this is going to sound like an oxymoron, live recording of the Am I Doing It Right podcast, live from the Team Cocktail store.
It'll be such a great time. I'm so excited. They just have such great, they have the softest, I'm not even kidding, the softest t-shirts you have ever had in your entire life. And they're super cute. Some of them say Team Cocktail like that. Others have sayings on them. I mean, it's truly just a fun company with the greatest clothing, the greatest apparel. They have other kind of swag and apparel, knickknacks. I don't say knickknacks, but kind of drinking accessories. I know they have a smoking bourbon kit there that she has in stock, and just some great beach bags. I mean, it's all about living your best life. Being on they make you want to be on a beach with a cocktail in your hand.
Yes, they do. They offer travel packages. They just get all their friends and close confidants together, and they do if you go to teamcocktail.com, they have these they do these just group outings to Mexico and cruises. It's awesome. I got to show you something cool. If you're watching on Spotify or YouTube and you're watching on video here, I got the blacked out Team Cocktail hat, but look underneath the bill here. I'm going to flip the hat and look at we got a little patterning underneath the bill there. You can get this hat if you want in downtown Lee Summit. You
can even get a matching outfit, a matching beach tuxedo, I would say. Because it comes in, you can get that, I believe, in swim shorts and in
this patterning here.
And that pattern.
Exactly. So
here's show off your swim shorts.
Here's the I will. Here's the deal though. Sunday, May 26th. 12 o'clock is when we hit the record button. Okay, we'll probably get there around 11 because I need to set up all the broadcast equipment and kind of the boring stuff. But Sunday, May 26th, 12 o'clock sharp, we hit record. The Am I Doing It podcast. We'll be recording an episode at the Team Cocktail Store. The address is 8 Southwest 3rd Street, downtown Lee Summit. Come see us. We would love to have you out and, and come say hi. Let's take some pictures. Let's do some social medias. Let's go viral.
Join us on the podcast. Come talk about it. Talk about what's going on in your life.
Oh, speaking of
we'll tell you if you're doing it right.
I need to get, these are the only 2 microphones we have. We need to get more microphones.
Yeah.
I just thought of that. Crap.
But okay, so sharp left. Speaking of our friend Lindsay, our next weekend, you're going to be you're going to be somewhere.
Oh, okay, yeah, because the podcast is growing. So Sunday, May 26th, live from the Team Cocktail Store, downtown Lee Summit. Before that, Sunday the 19th, ya boy, are you coming or not?
Chandler and I might make an appearance. I think it's in the morning.
It's early morning enough, so it won't affect nap time too much.
We'll be up.
We'll be at the Town Center Plaza, Leawood, 119th and Row, in Leawood, Kansas. The MGA 5K. The MGA is Myasthenia Gravis Association. Worked with them when I was at the radio. Still work with them, maintain a friendship with them today. And I'll be emceeing their MGA 5K to raise money for the Myasthenia Gravis Foundation. Still time to sign up at mga5k.com. And we will see you this upcoming Sunday there at Leawood. So make sure you come by, check it out, say hello, and let's have a party.
It's going to be a beautiful day if somebody wants to take Chandler on a run with them. There you go. Get that energy out. Get those steps in for us so she takes a good nap.
Look at us getting the podcast out and about.
We're doing things.
You know what? I'm proud of the growth of our little mom and pop podcast.
I mean, that's literally all it is. Like
it's kind of wild. You know, back on on the radio, there were other people would just handle if there were technical issues. I didn't have to handle it. Other people handled it for me. But this is just you and me. And when it comes to the technical stuff, it's pretty much just me. And I've learned so much about, and I'm really proud of how I'm like growing and just taking all of this. And like last week I thought about just putting out that episode where we had the bad audio again. And I'm like, no, I'm not putting out garbage. I would rather put out quality less often and quality over quantity.
Right. Exactly.
Right? So anyway, we appreciate you. We're back, and I'm so excited to be back just recording with you. I'm glad our we don't sound like garbage. This is awesome. One story I didn't get, well, I meant to share last week, but with the issues I couldn't, is I took in my first Royals game of the year.
You did?
We went with, so I'm currently selling the vehicles at McCarthy Chevrolet in Lee's Summit on Old Ham Parkway next to the Home Depot.
Go visit him.
Come see. We got some stuff. I actually got to tell you about some stuff there.
Is it those new Traverses? Because I'm down.
So here's what Chevy's doing. Like one of the big news stories in Kansas City this week was the GM plant in Fairfax, Kansas, just across the state line, is going to stop produce. They make Chevy Malibus, and they're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
They are no longer going to be producing Malibus. They're going to be producing Bolt EVs instead, which I have mixed feelings about. But I think Chevy's kind of making that thing too, where they're going to really start focusing more on SUVs. And so Chevy's SUVs really kind of crossover, slick looking, and that was a neat little trend, but that's kind of gone out of style now. People want that traditional SUV look back. And so I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, just Google image search the 2024 Chevrolet Traverse. We've only gotten like 3 in the store so far.
Nice.
This thing is dope, especially if they get the Z71 off-road package. I'll tell you all about it if you want to come see me. Just come in, ask for the young Mike. There's another Mike there. He's an older Mike, so I just ask for the young Mike, and I'll show it to you. It's an awesome ride.
It's real awesome nice. Ride. Go buy one so I don't, because I think what I like about it is, for families like ours who are thinking about possibly expanding, we're going to need more space eventually.
Don't talk about that yet.
Okay.
It was like a big secret right there. You just let it out.
I just said we're thinking about it.
I mean, yeah, we're thinking about it, which means it's probably going to happen.
Okay, moving on.
Are you pregnant?
No.
Oh, okay.
Honey, I got that little thing in my arm, that little Nexplanon implant.
That's right. You still got, the guy right here?
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
But I think what I like about it is that it gives you the space, but it's not like as big as a Tahoe, right? Like those Tahoes are massive.
Yeah.
And I think, but it still has all like the luxury and the tech that you would ever need. But it's not like this massive like tank of a vehicle. Mm-hmm. Like you still get the power. But isn't there another one? Isn't it like, so there's You were saying the Z71 package. Isn't the RS? Like, which one has the Super Cruise? That's what I want.
You can equip the Super Cruise on anything. We're getting too technical here, and I feel like this is getting boring.
I know,
but just know you can equip the Super Cruise on anything, and the
Super Cruise is super cool.
It becomes a self-driving vehicle.
I want to be a Super Cruise, super cool mom.
All right. Also, we have some electric SUVs as well. I know for some of you are like, don't shove electric down my throat. I'm not. I'm just telling you there's options, and they don't look dorky.
Stupid.
Yeah, there's an electric Blazer that's really cool, and we just got our first electric Equinox, which is a smaller SUV. And then we have a $200,000 Corvette on the showroom floor right now.
So yeah, if the EV isn't your style,
just get a new Corvette.
Vroom vroom, baby, vroom vroom.
You know what? I'm going to put out a check. I don't know if anybody listening is in the market for a Corvette or even has the budget for a Corvette. They're expensive. I understand that. I have yet to sell a Corvette.
I hope you do.
And I would really like to.
I hope you do.
And so if you know anyone who might be in the market, please have them give me a call. All right, that is enough of work posts. But I took all those guys at McCarthy. We all went to a Royals game. We sat in the outfield. We were like 2 rows back in the outfield, right by the center field fountain section 101, if you're familiar with Kauffman Stadium.
Who did they play?
Played the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers.
Oh, the Rangers, you say.
And it was so much fun because the Texas center fielder, when the Royals were batting, the Texas center fielder was really close to us. So we all, I slammed a couple of Coors Lights, and I thought to myself, let's talk some smack to this center fielder. Let's try to get in his head, right? Nothing vulgar, nothing. That's where fans can take it too far. Like, my goal is to be creative because, like, you can shout, hey, his last name was Tavares. I remember that. He's like, hey, Tavares, you suck. Like, he's not going to respond to that, right? No. We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher. I was like, no, you got to be creative. So we came up, like, we came up with like some and like once per inning, we would just think of a random thing to say to this guy to try to get his attention. And I remember like the first or second jab I threw at him I was like, hey, Tavares, you probably drive slow in the fast lane, you bum. Like, just random stuff like that. And like the third time, like the third inning in, totally waved back and acknowledged us. We're like, yeah, we got him. We got him.
Hey, so have you seen that guy on social media who does that?
Yes, that's exactly
That's what you were going for? Okay, because
Yeah.
I think those are hysterical. And I think they're so wholesome because he's like, you look like you sleep on the warm side of the pillow, you bum.
Right, yeah, no, we totally, shout out to that guy, whoever he is on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, he's so funny.
And we were even looking at some of his clips, and I was like, but I don't want to steal them. I didn't want to try to steal them. I wanted to try to come up with my own, like the you drive slow in the fast lane was of my creation.
Right.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Great time. Royals won, so clearly our smack talk worked. I think Salvi hit him like a grand slam. I was actually getting beers when Salvi hit that grand slam because
yeah,
priorities. Sorry, not sorry. But Royals are hot this year. I don't know if they're still in first place or not, but they are. They're killing it. Let's go Royals. Let's get a little playoff baseball. Lord knows my beloved hometown Cardinals aren't doing squat. I'm born and raised in St. Louis. You're a Cubs fan. I don't think Cubs aren't any much better than Cardinals. I think we all suck. Both our teams suck.
Well, we have our ups and our downs, honey. Can't win them all.
I know, man. Somebody was, I was at the dealership and somebody was telling me, like, you Cardinals fans can never, we've got enough World Series. And I told him, I said, you know what, man? The problem is that these Kansas City Royals and your Chicago Cubs have both won one more recently than my Cardinals. So, and my Cardinals are kind of the underdog now, but
they'll get there.
Right. I love me some baseball. I have become such a fan ever since you worked at Sporting, and then my hometown of St. Louis got a soccer team. I'm really digging MLS soccer right now.
Yeah.
Just a lot of fun. I never liked soccer before, but I've really, as I've gotten to, and I know, and I totally understand the naysayers and I don't like when the games end up, 0-0, right? I don't like ties, or they call them draws in soccer. Like I understand all that. Even on games that are draws, the 0-0 ties, I'm with you. Like, those games suck. I wish they would never happen. But if a game ends in a 2-2 tie, there was a lot of really exciting plays in that game, more than likely. And it's just my opinion, but it's a lot of fun to watch. Let's go Sporting. Sporting kind of needs to turn it around.
I feel like they always hit this midseason slump, so we'll get there.
Hopefully they get fired up. But we got Royals, we got Sporting. Obviously, once fall gets here, it is we are all a part of the kingdom in Kansas City. Can't wait to see that new stadium they end up building in Kansas. There is no doubt in my mind that's happening. By
you
the way.
think?
Yeah, 100 million %.
All right,
100 million %. Anyway, so yeah, I've been. That's kind of what I've been up to. Work, and had the opportunity to catch my first Royals game. You had your mom in town a little over a week ago, and you guys took the most cool adventure that I was so jealous of because I was working, and you and your mom and our daughter Chandler had one of the coolest days I've ever seen.
Yeah, we took her to the zoo for the first time. My girlfriend Kylie came with us. And it was just so much fun because I feel like it's so different seeing it through your, like, you know, that's different like going to the zoo, right? You just go, you see the animals, you kind of see everything, you read the signs, whatever. But like seeing it through your daughter's eyes the first time, you know, just watching her be like, she loved the gorillas, she loved the penguins, and she loved the otters. Those were her top three, I would say. She loved also looking at the aquarium. The aquarium was very cool. But, you know, running around and really recognizing which animals were what and not just seeing them on TV or in one of her books or, you know, in like an actual form versus a cartoon. She absolutely loved it.
She's an information absorber.
Oh my gosh. She is learning things at lightning speed.
We'll get to that. But I want to stick with the zoo for now. But I remember in all the pictures you sent, most of them, it wasn't her looking at the camera. She was just like dead focused on these animals and just watching them and watching how they move and learning how they move.
Oh my gosh.
That's all she does. She's so smart.
She just absorbs. And I think she's definitely one of those observers, like you said. You know, even with being at school or if she's in like a large group setting, she wants to watch everything. I mean, she probably gets her people watching for me, so that might not be great. But
you and my mom.
Yeah.
You and my mom bonded over people watching in like hillbilly situations.
100%.
Can I tell you something I've never been to? I don't think you've ever been to it either, but I think you and my mom would have a lot of fun going to an event in Kansas City that it happens every year, but you've never been. And I'm sorry if anybody, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but Santa Calagon Days in Independence, I think you guys would love that people watching. But I think you'd be also a little scared for your life.
We'd be fine.
I've heard Santa Calagon Days gets a little rowdy, especially after the sun goes down and the concerts start. Might be time to go. Maybe some daytime shopping and some people watching, though.
I'm here for it.
I bet Santa Calagon Days is a blast. They had like Lone Star one day.
I mean, why not?
One year.
So, but yeah, no, that is 100% what Chandler's going to be like, just for the record.
For sure.
So she loved it. We only made it through. I didn't realize how big the zoo was.
Yeah, so you were kind of surprising me. Yeah, I didn't know this either.
You know, and so we brought her and we did like all the fun stuff. So she saw polar bear otters like when you first walked in. Then we made it over to Africa so she could see the lions, the gazelles, and all that stuff, and the cheetahs, and the aquarium. But then once we made it through there, I kind of realized she's going to hit her wall and she's going to hit it soon. So we need to get her home. So we made the trek back. So we definitely have to go back so we can go through Australia and Asia.
Yeah. I'm not a big zoo guy, but I want to watch her
like I said,
enjoy the zoo.
Yeah, it's so cool watching her enjoy it. And it was great that my mom was there too, you know, because I could tell she was kind of watching me at times, you know, be a mom myself. And it was cool watching her be a grandma and see her just kind of enjoying herself as well. So it's great. It was a great time. It was a great visit. We loved it.
Can I put you in charge? I think something we need to do here is maybe just take 2 or 3 of our favorite photos from you guys at the zoo. Let's put that up across our social platforms. At Am I Doing It Right Pod across all platforms. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok are our 3 biggest ones. At Am I Doing It Right?
Can we make a TikTok?
I can make the TikTok.
I've never made a TikTok in my life.
Oh, it's all right. Am I Doing It Right Pod across all platforms. Get it up at least on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah,
I'll try to do a TikTok. Because TikTok's more video, I guess, than pictures. So that really wouldn't make sense. But please follow us across all those social platforms. And of course, YouTube as well. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. And we appreciate you.
You just black out?
I did. Well, because I'm trying to make that transition because we had talked earlier about the zoo. How did you do on the train, by the way? Like
she liked it. It was a little chilly, so she just wanted to sit, and I just fed her veggie straws.
Nice.
She was just kind of literally just there for the ride.
Nice. I think, but let's kind of transition because we had talked about how observant she is. And sorry if this is get boring. We just talk about our daughter, but there's an audience. Some people like hearing updates about her, but we got an update from daycare that scares the ever loving crap out of me.
No. So I did muffins with mom recently. Nice. They did it like kind of to celebrate Mother's Day. And it was super cool because, you know, Chandler is running around, just living her life, jumping. We learned how to literally just running around like she runs the place. we sat down, had our muffins, I'm helping the teacher out, and they're like, she just said, she goes, well, she's going to be moving up soon. I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, she's going to be moving up soon because she's just so smart. She goes, I don't think I can teach her anything more. And I'm like, and that breaks my heart because I love her teacher. Like I've loved all of her teachers. But I mean, she's moving so quickly that I think you need to move her to a little bit more of I want to say an advanced school. So she will be moving schools once she turns 2. So I was just kind of like, hold on. So we're going to move her and then we're going to move her again. So I kind of had that brief like panic mom moment. But she's just going to move up into young toddlers. So it's crazy because I just sit there and she comes home and she learns something new every day. And she's actually like starting to like think about formulating sentences, right?
Stop.
Like I know, trust me. Cause she'll be like, mommy, no, mommy, no, mommy. Or she doesn't want me to do something, or like we'll say a sentence. And like other kids were coming in and she was saying all the kids' names. And one little girl was crying with her mom. I'm like, go tell her she's okay. So she said the little girl's name and she goes, it's okay. It's okay. Like she's starting to like put it all together. And I'm just like, I think this is the time where, yes, when she was super little, like I miss those days. I miss those tiny little newborn snuggles. But like now I feel like I can't keep up with her in her mind. Like she is just so fast and she's just learning things so quickly. And honestly, this is actually what scares me. We're really hitting the sponge phase. So she's going to be, if we have to stop cursing.
Yep.
Because she is literally one day we're going to drop an F-bomb and she's going to be like,
thank you for saying we. Like we all know that it's me. Like I mean, like a sailor. It's more me. You do, but it's more me if we're being honest with each other.
But she's going to do it. So we have to be very careful because it's going to come and it's going to happen.
And then when it does, because it's going to,
we can't laugh.
We can't laugh.
I know, but
how do we not laugh?
I don't know, but we'll be laying in bed that night and we'll be like, and she said it in the right context, and we'll probably like high five or something. But it's crazy. I feel like these are the times when they say it goes by way too fast. Like this is where I'm feeling it go by like literally way too fast.
I think every parent in their right mind is relating to you very much right now. What I want to know is, I mean, I feel like our people know us well enough to know like how in the world did we create a potential genius? Like this is blowing my mind. And by the way, you know that if we do decide to go forward with child number 2, I bet you he's a boy, and I bet you he's dumb as a box of rocks. Or acts as dumb as a box of rocks.
Chandler will take care of him.
I don't want to put that burden on her, though.
Well, you kind of let them fly, and you got to leave her, like, put her name first on everything is what I'm saying.
Let her fly. That is how it is with you and your brother. Like, I need them to put, like, with all your sig, you're definitely the smarter one. Although your younger brother, he's about to turn 21, like all of a sudden the light flip switch. He got out of high school,
so smart,
and he's always been smart, but now we're kind of starting to see it.
Mm-hmm. He's like one of those. He's definitely street smart. Like
sure.
He is just he's got the savvy. He's got the network. He just needs to do it, and he's starting his own business. I couldn't tell you what it is. Like I want to, like, but I can't.
It has something to do with like luxury exotic cars and like recording content for the internet. Like but his content that he's already put out way more views than ours. We gotta
gosh, it's crazy.
We gotta get his like his like YouTube page and things like that, and give him a shout out on the pod so that he can get like another 2 listeners or another 2 viewers.
Hey. But here's the thing. I don't know what he does. I don't understand it. But that's just because it's not my world. But he's doing it, and I'm proud of him. But, he loves it.
Very good. Also, when your mom came down to visit, and your mom lives in Chicago, and she drives down, like an 8.5-hour drive, can we tell the dog story?
No.
Okay. Dang. I really want to tell that story, but I understand why not. That's why I asked first.
Yeah.
Did you? I'm trying to think now because your mom visited more a week ago. You guys. Okay. So our living room, right, has kind of turned into it had kind of turned into a disaster zone, and it was led in part by we had this Chandler like this little playpen thing that we had set up, and our living room just became a disaster. There was no more room in it. Everything's getting cluttered. Because Lord knows she keeps getting toys.
Chandler took over.
So let me tell the story in its entirety because I think people will relate to it, but I have to get all the way to
100%.
it.
100%. Go.
When I left for work one day, I got a text early on from you saying your mom and you were starting a project. Now, this is a common thing that happens when your mom comes to town. You two just want to take sledgehammers to walls. I'm saying that metaphorically, not seriously, but there's always some sort of home project that you two work on. And I'm always just, it's always just a little dangerous. And I'm like, I don't know about this, but when I came back, what you guys had done, you had removed that playpen, you had bought some shelving, and you'd gotten us our living room back. It was by far the best work I have ever seen you do on a house. I mean, you and your mom did a great job.
We love doing those projects together, and I think she really enjoys helping us make this house a home and making it more functional for our needs. You know.
Here's the problem, though: I didn't want to tell you that you and Julie did a great job, because I didn't want to encourage you to continue it, because y'all have had some other projects as well that have turned into, and it's not even that you did a bad job. It's just they took a lot longer and were a lot more work than you expected. And then sometimes I get dragged into them and I want no part of them, but I get,
you do such a good job.
This is where, especially jobs that require like precision. And then you're like, hey, OCD boy, get over here.
Okay, just for the record, I feel like the last time we roped you into a job was when we were doing Chandler's room. And I was 6 months pregnant and nobody wanted me to be on a ladder.
Right.
And that was the last time you got roped in. So slow down, cowboy.
That's fair. That's fair.
Nobody wanted to put your pregnant wife on a ladder to paint above the closet.
There was a line, and that was probably a smart move by me.
Not for a lack of trying on my part.
But what's funny is that sometimes there's been projects where you guys think you can knock it out in a weekend, and then she has to leave and go back to Chicago, and the project's like 2/3 done, and then you knock it out the rest of it out on your own because you're angry. And by the way, if there's anyone like, oh, why don't you be a man to step up with home improvement? Hey, we all know our strengths, man. My strength is not home improvement. I have no idea what I'm doing. If I tried to help you, you'd probably just tell me, why don't you just stand over there?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Honey, I would appreciate it. Like, I appreciate every time you try to help, but I am too much of a micromanager when it comes to these types of things, because it's like, I can do it, and I'll be like hovering over your shoulder, and then we both get frustrated because I don't think you're doing it right. And I'm just like, no, just let me do it. Just let me do it. Right. Exactly. So, no, I think that's what makes our dynamic work, right? Part of our marriage, because like I enjoy doing those projects with my mom. I think we've done relatively well with all of them. There's a couple things where I can fix up here and there, a few touch up spots, if you will, but it's the house looks great. So, and I'm proud of what we've done. So we're moving through one room at a time.
Do your thing. Okay, give
her. I'm holding my microphone.
Oh, okay. Can't. Katie will. What she'll do? You can watch it. I've got 2 free hands here. Is she'll give
myself a little pat on the back. How about that?
When you are really like proud of something you've done, like you'll look at it, you go, "Ooh, I did a good job," and then you'll just say, "Ooh, high five, Katie." And then you reach over your 100%. Head and you just high five yourself. It's the most hilarious thing. It's one of my favorite things. It's so dumb. But I mean that in.
I know.
It's so dumb, but I love it.
It's my little quirk you like.
It's fun.
Yeah, but don't worry that I got all sorts of plans for this house to blow up. So don't you worry.
I know. You need to get on making us like an actual studio. We can blow. I'm honestly, you can't believe I'm going to say this, but kind of out in my line of sight over here is we have a basement. I got my man cave down here. It's got a bar. I would wreck that entire bar and build the podcast studio right there.
I know, but we've talked about that. We can't do that because we have stained concrete floors. And if we were to do that, there would be a patch where the bar was that's not stained.
So why don't we just stain it?
Because then we would have to grind the whole basement floor down and restain the whole entire thing, not just that section.
What if, and you'll like this because this is something that you taught me, what could we do instead? We could just put a rug down.
No, that won't work.
Why not?
Because for us to put the studio there, it's where the bar is, it wouldn't line up. Like you'd have a rug halfway in the studio and halfway out of the studio.
Oh. Okay,
I have plans. I will make it happen. Just trust the process.
Because you don't know, I got some
here's the
big,
thing, honey.
big
We
plans.
also have to think about like what potential resale value, what would help us, right? Mm-hmm. So not everybody's going to need a studio. People will want a bar. They like that in their basement.
There are a lot more drunks than podcasters in the world.
That's
what
I'm trying to say.
Okay, fair enough.
So
you're not wrong.
Going off of that logic, back where that table was, where we were initially podcasting, I know it's going to feel like we're in a little room, but we'll be in a little room together, and it'll be easier for me to soundproof. But then, if we ever have to sell this house, God forbid, we can turn it into a wine cellar.
Ooh, and that'd make it a high cellar. Oh, see what I did there? Where's this button? Hold on, no, that's not where it is. Yeah, there it is.
So dumb.
I had to find
but do you see what I'm saying? Like we have to think about it from that aspect.
Whatever.
I
just lose the argument. I'm over it. All right. Anything else before we scoot out?
No, I think that's it.
You got everything?
Yeah. I got nothing else exciting.
The big thing from today's episode is to please remember if it is convenient for you to be in the downtown Lee Summit area on Sunday, May 26th. We'll be doing live. We will be recording our podcast on location at the brand new Team Cocktail Store. The address, once again, is 8 Southwest 3rd Street, downtown Lee Summit. I don't know the zip, but if you can't find it based off that information, I don't know what
Team
to tell
Cocktail,
you.
just Google it.
It's on 3rd Street. Just look for, all one car that pulls up for our podcast recording. Can't wait for it.
Stop it.
All right, we might get like 3.
We'll have your mom come out.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for the support, Mom. We appreciate you. So that'd be big. And, of course, this upcoming Sunday, May 19th, Leawood, Kansas, Town Center Plaza, 119th and Row is where we will be. 119th and Row? 115th and Row. Town Center Plaza. If you don't know where Town Center Plaza is in Leawood, we all do. Just be there like 9 o'clock in the morning. The MGA 5K. I'll be emceeing. Katie and Chandler will be there. And then Sunday, May 26th, we record an episode of our podcast live from the Team Cocktail downtown store. And I talked with them. I said, this might be like a once a month thing. This isn't going to be like a one-time thing. This might be like a once a month thing, I think. So we can set up we're going to be out there so folks can come say hi, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. What do you think?
Let's see how the first one goes, then make that assessment.
I don't like your negativity, Katie.
I'm just a realist.
Thank you for checking out this week's episode. Good to be back.
Good to be back.
It is. Yeah, and I've been keeping an eye out the whole time. If now that we're done recording, if this episode sounds like crap, we give up. We're ending the podcast.
We're done forever.
We're retiring. We're retiring after 6 weeks.
On that note,
talk to you next week. And as we're recording, it is Mother's Day, so moms, you the best.
Bye.